Hello, and welcome to Agriculture4Life, Oklahoma Strong, new FCS programming designed to help audiences stay strong, physically active, and connected with others. I'm Jan Johnston, your adulthood and aging specialist, and I invite you to take a look at how you can help Oklahomans manage and improve in 4 issue team areas for healthy living. We'll look at health, safety, job readiness, and resilience. As you start your lessons, be mindful of any limitations that an audience member may have. Consider a microphone for those with hearing issues or having them sit closer to you. Another tip is to identify each picture shown, explaining in detail in case someone with a vision problem needs help seeing content. As we get started, I ask that you consider Ag4Life Oklahoma Strong as fluid programming, meaning we can add topics, lessons, other areas and disciplines over time for well-rounded education on aging well. It's a platform for further FCS programming. I want to spend a moment on the phrase Ag4Life and share a bit of what I was thinking during development. My time in Oklahoma has shown me what it means to live the Ag4Life way, as I've had the great privilege of meeting many Oklahoma farmers, ranchers, and their families. Thinking on these experiences, words like heritage, unspoken code, attitude come to mind. Here, we consider heritage and how that might be found in the way you hear people say, "Ag is in my blood," or "I can't imagine doing anything else." Over time, these spoken words are embedded in our DNA. We just know without having to talk about it. The lessons you'll teach are rooted in the stories of those who came before us, surviving disasters, weather events, widespread poverty that severely tested the resolve of Oklahoma farm families. Like in the photo taken in Cimarron County, April 1936. True, in those days, most were core strong with local food choices and immediate family support. And while we can't go back in time, we can certainly strive to be a bit more like them, fit, conditioned, and flexible to withstand adversity of our 21st century. When we talk about unspoken code, we mean the same that OSU's foundation campaign, the Cowboy Code, has in mind. This campaign recognizes and honors how agriculture defines a person's character, telling the world basically who you are. Here's a link to visit their site so you can take the quiz, "Are you a cowboy?" We all carry memories of agriculture in our youth, whether you lived on a farm or ranch, visited it, or dreamed of visiting. It evokes strong emotion, whether you still live there, are close enough to visit, or far away. Ag4Life is not about where you live. It's about an attitude that says we honor our heritage by adopting an Ag4Life style of strength, physical activity, and social connections that helped 20th century Oklahomans in rough times, like the Dust Bowl in the previous photograph. No doubt about it, many of our relatives suffered through disease and poverty, but let's not forget the great numbers who lived to talk about it. And by the way, if I can suggest, I hope you are taking the time to listen to your loved one's first-person account of those long-ago times of great sacrifice, as we know life marches on and we lose that opportunity. Let's turn back to what we hope to accomplish with this programming. FCS is fighting to bring Oklahoma from the bottom to the top in a number of healthy aging measures. We aim to help our audiences manage health with core strength and physical activity. Practice best safety behaviors every time. Takes only one slip. Use life readiness skills to bend with life changes at home and work. Build and use skills of agricultural resilience to improve daily living. In this first set of topics, we match 4 issue team goals with outcomes for healthy aging. Current issue team measures of health in terms of strength and physical activity, along with jobs and employment, and staying job ready by balancing home and work, are all possible when we use skills of resilience to adapt, bend, and be flexible with the expected and the unexpected changes of daily life. We look at managing health conditions that affect vision, hearing, and back health. For example, we look at how vision is affected by age and balance, how noise-induced hearing loss is preventable and is very common in agriculture, along with tips to maintaining a healthy back. We point out normal aging changes while promoting arthritis management with Arthritis Foundation certified exercises. In all ways, we encourage the use of assistive technology for safety and well-being. Some of you will remember earlier FCS programming that used AT resources. You might recall Coach, or Connecting Older Adults for Community Health, Agribility in the Toolkit, and Ergonomics on the Farm and in the Garden. We'll talk more about AT resources in a bit. A core mission of Ag4Life is to provide organized and effective arthritis management programming to our audiences. We know many are living with some form of arthritis and find daily living to be challenging. Studies show how regular exercise strengthens our core muscles to transport us safely through the day. Exercise elevates our mood, bringing better sleep, weight management, and general health status. The generous funding of FCS Ambassadors Dorothy Blackwell Legacy Award makes certification in these top two programs, Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program and Walk with Ease program, possible. I'll say a bit more about Tai Chi in a moment. AFEP, may be known to some of you as land-based exercise. Those of you who trained with Rosemary Alcon in 2013-14 will recognize the basics with now new trainers and new requirements. Walk with Ease provides step-by-step instruction for informing organized walking groups in your area. Materials such as pedometers, walking diaries, and workbook guides are available and are made possible by Oklahoma Agribility. All of these programs complement the other. For those interested in receiving the training to be a leader of Tai Chi programming, this training is free of charge and is conducted by the Oklahoma State Department of Health Falls Prevention, Injury Prevention Department. Above are the steps to make your way to their website a bit easier than following a link. Along the way, as you do these different clicks, look at the great resources the website offers on fall prevention. Find out the next scheduled training classes or request a group training session if there are educators who might want to train together. There's a lot of buzz around healthy aging, successful aging, aging well, and what they all have in common is they're dependent on finding and keeping ourselves in our personal best shape. We all know when we're at our best, and we know when we're not. It's human nature to perform best when we're feeling positive about ourselves, but it's also human nature to want to compare or hold unreasonable standards, particularly around the external processes of aging that we know we can't accomplish, so often we quit or we stop trying. Ag4Life wants us to start now, helping audiences commit to staying in their personal best shape. And best shape is not one single thing. It's not a magic weight number, for example. Rather, it's about finding your personal range and then working to stay in that range. To stay in personal best shape means doing what it takes to avoid falls, accidents, and injuries that sap our energy and strength, reduce our physical activity, and often lead to depression and isolation. Personal best shape means getting routine medical checkups and making reasonable food choices. Keeping our hearts and minds in tip-top shape is also important and is made possible when we have real connection with others, face-to-face preferably. In the social media shortcuts, we often forget the experience of looking at each other eye to eye to give and receive support. Ag4Life encourages us to nurture our relationships with class discussions in our lessons, organize arthritis management classes, and family talks that come from doing workbook pages. Bear in mind, a sharp mind needs to be involved, and that's why work, volunteering, and other outlets help us stay resilient, flexible to changes, and overall healthy. I want to say a bit about staying life ready as it relates to staying job ready. In all ways, we're looking to find a work-family balance. Life ready means building resilience in ways to improve family communication, to use coping and problem-solving skills to our advantage when we're confronted with family issues, including caregiving, family finances, grandparents or other kin raising grandchildren, or risky behaviors that our children and loved ones are exposed to. Ag4Life Oklahoma Strong is programming for all ages, as we know early behaviors and decisions set the path for the quality of life as we grow older. We want to prepare our families and ourselves to lead the lives that support lifelong health, and that's about making choices and decisions that are best over the long haul. Find, use, enjoy AT resources. AT assists us to safely, efficiently, and with greater ease do the things that keep us strong, active, and engaged. It reduces injuries and prevents falls. In a broad sense, AT helps those with disability perform tasks and jobs, movements, and hobbies confidently. And when I say disability, know that arthritis is our #1 disability. According to the Arthritis Foundation, it affects over 50 million Americans, 2/3 of them under the age of 65. You'll find AT resources greatly enhance the lives of those living with arthritis. But the major barrier to using AT is our own resistance. We often think we don't need help, that using AT makes us look helpless, or that we don't think it's important. And when those around us think the same, it's often difficult to make the leap. You'll be receiving a comprehensive inventory of all AT tools and devices your county has received over the years through projects such as Coach, empowering older adults with AT to shop, cook, and eat, along with the Agribility Kit, and others. You will use this inventory listing to determine the variety of AT tools you'd like to feature in your lesson demonstrations. We're fortunate to have ready access to great AT resource experts. Oklahoma Able-Tech and Oklahoma Assisted Technology Foundation, also known as OCAT, are available. Able-Tech is located on Stillwater campus. They answer their phones and provide current and accurate information on any number of AT resources. I invite you to visit these websites to read more about the many ways they help someone acquire a needed AT device, piece of equipment, or service. For those of you who might need AT assistance to stay gainfully employed, Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services is another available resource to our audiences. And for more AT information as it applies in an ag setting, bookmark National Agribility's program at Purdue. I invite you to note this contact information on each and have it ready to begin as you hold classes. They are the experts. The resource magazine, Ag4Life, Keeping Oklahomans Strong, was distributed to you by your DPS last year. You have multiple copies to use with audiences to meet your issue team goals of health, safety, job readiness, family resilience, and more. Be judicious in handing them out, as they are intended to be used as a workbook for any series of lessons you might teach. As you look through the pages, you'll note healthy aging tips, work pages for families to use to start important conversations, preferably around the kitchen table, and a wealth of resource contact information. The core mission of Oklahoma Agribility was to help folks get and use AT in farming and ranching. And in these pages of this magazine, you'll find many of their success stories of how using AT transformed their operations, their productivity, their lives. We hope their stories will inspire your audiences to reach out to Oklahoma Able Tech and other AT organizations listed on the previous slide. This slide says it all. Ag4Life, Age4Life. In Ag4Life programming, we are reminding our audiences of the great responsibility we have of passing on the virtues of agriculture, the love of agriculture, the lessons of agriculture, and the lifelong commitment. In closing, I'd like to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to work with you all during my time at OSU, being your adulthood and aging specialist. I thank you for your help, your support, and your friendship over the years. I carry wonderful memories of my time in Oklahoma. Gina Peak, your housing specialist, will be leading Ag4Life activities, and I know you will all work together to help Oklahomans age at their personal best. As an FCS educator, you are positioned to make a difference in your community by helping audiences recognize their agricultural heritage and adopt an Ag4Life style to stay Oklahoma strong. Thank you for listening today.